Alright. We are watching Alienist 1x2. That is season 1, episode 2. I am looking forward to this since last week. I really like this show. I know I've said on every single video, but I really do like all the damn shows I'm watching. It's fantastic. I got sci-fi, I got this, I got that, anime, I got animation, I got anime, I got a sci-fi show, I've got another sci-fi show, kind of twisted mind-bending shows, and I got the Alienist for my, back in the past kind of a kink. Among what's the other one? Oh, Nightfly for horror, sci-fi. Fantastic. But I really like this show, and I can't wait to get back into it. Something about the setting, maybe. I like the setting. I like the characters already. The Corner Fantasy is a bit stiff. I've seen her more. I don't know, but that could be because the role she's in right now. But we'll see where she goes with that. But I watched it again just now, so I could make sure I remembered. I listed down everybody's names, everything, and I got everything back in order. I was a little bit confused the first time. Well, so one thing I'm a little bit lost about, but okay. Let me see if I got this right. All right. So the main character is Dr. Chrysler, who, the story. Main character is Dr. Chrysler. Chrysler. K with a K apparently. And he's a alienist, basically a mental doctor of the time. And a murder has occurred. A boy dressed in a dress. So a boy in a dress was found on, I guess, a bridge, or I wasn't sure. Was that the Statue of Liberty being built? A scaffolding, perhaps? I'm a little confused if that was scaffolding or if that was a bridge. I don't know. I think it was the Statue of Liberty, though. Not entirely sure. But he's all mutilated. His hand is severed off and all that. John Moore is an illustrator for the Times or the newspaper, or whatever. They're in New York City, by the way. And he goes there to draw the body. Reason being that that Dr. Chrysler himself, Laszlo Chrysler, whatever, Laszlo Chrysler, was not allowed to be at the place. Why? Because apparently he has a very bad standing with the police force. He is friends with the commissioner, Theodore Roosevelt. So I wasn't sure if I was hearing that right at first. I thought maybe there's other Roosevelts. Nope. It is the Theodore Roosevelt as the commissioner. And apparently he went to school with Dr. Chrysler, so he does have some pull there, but whatever happened, he is not allowed to go there. He wasn't allowed to be on the crime scene. The police are wary of him and don't like him for some reason. I thought it was because of the boy, but maybe not. Not sure anymore. The boy was working at the Parisius place? Parisius Inn? I forget what it's called. But it's a whore bar. It's a whore establishment. And he was a boy whore. He was a child prostitute boy. And it's kind of an odd thing to be involved in. It's more common. The lady prostitute is more common. A boy prostitute, I don't know. That's not something I hear about very often. I can't imagine. I mean, it seemed like it was more common in their days for some reason. I don't know. But there you go. This case gives him PTSD about a previous case that he had dealt with 3 years ago. Benjamin and Sophia Zweig. Like German or something, or Switzerland. I don't know. Zweig. Who had died in his care or something. We don't know all the whereabouts of it, but for whatever reason he failed. That's what we know. And the mom blames him for their deaths. Can you imagine that? You're being blamed for their deaths. The guilt carries around with you, and in some people's eyes, you are guilty. It's really hard to deal with. Anyway, they go to the police station to meet up with. They meet Mrs. Howard there, who was a big fan of Dr. Chrysler, and apparently John Moore and her friend Sarah Howard. Miss Sarah. I think it was Sarah, right? Isn't that? Anyway, they're good friends. John Moore and her family have known each other a very long time. And Roosevelt would not give them the files, thus they decided to go their own route. Oh, and then the other guy was, they had a suspect who had just killed somebody else that same day, I believe, Edwin, but that was in passion, and he has syphilis. He killed him in passion, and the crime does not fit. He doesn't even remember the boy's eyes. There's how do you put it? Dr. Chrysler said that that this one was passionate. That one was passionate. Everyone was passionate. Oh, the boy's name is Georgie Santorelli. Georgie's one was cold and calculating, and that's not this guy. So he knows that guy didn't do it. The Roosevelt called in to his office. Mr. Allison, Mr. Kelly, who are business people, they own, I think they run or own the Pirelli bar thingy, Pirelli establishment, the whole establishment where Georgia was working. I think that was it. And they agreed to close it down at the Roosevelt's, at the commissioner's request. But all they did was move their whores right across the street, which probably happens a lot, and they paid off Captain Connor. Now, there were 3 main police officers that we got to know through reporters talking to them. We got Captain Connor, we got Chief Burns, who is retired. That's Ted Levine. He is Chief Burns, and then we also have Sergeant Doyle. 3 cops who seem to be, because we don't know by name, they obviously have some importance to the story. As we see Dr. Chrysler come waltzing into town on his wagon, horse carriage. Carriage is the word, carriage. We see those cops make eye contact with him, particularly I don't think Sergeant Doyle, but particularly Connor and ex-Chief Burns. They seem to have they gave him the stink eye like I'd never seen before. So they definitely have a huge deal with him that they don't like. There's a big stink there. He did something, like he shit on their lawn or on them in bed kind of thing. Something nasty. Because, man, what did he do? Cause I thought it was the case with the boy, but then Roosevelt doesn't know about it. Then again, maybe he's new to commissioning, so maybe he does. Maybe because of that, he doesn't know. I don't know. I can't tell if the boy's situation was his or if the police hate him for some other reason. Maybe just because he's alienist. I don't know. Anyway, he digs up the bodies of Benjamin and the other one because he can't find evidence of the case, and he's not allowed to go near it and all that stuff. And even Miss Howard gives him the files, there's nothing there for him to look at. So he decides to go exhume the body of Benjamin and Sophia, his previous case. He performs a necropsy, I think what it's called, something like that. He has these 2 guys show up at his place. Apparently Roosevelt is actually helping him out, even though he said he didn't want to up front at his office. He did send 2 people down from the police station who can deal with bodies. He sent down a Marcus Isaacson and his brother Lucius Isaacson. There you go. Who they apparently are also misfits in this world, and that's why he said that the police station would have missed them. So it looks like we are gathering a lot of friends here and characters who. It looks like we're finding Dr. Chrysler at a very bad time in his life. He's been embarrassed, shamed, if you will. He's been made a fool of, a mockery of, or whatever you want to call it. His career is in the shedder right now. His reputation has been torn to pieces. This is his chance to bring it up again. But I don't think he really cares about reputation. He really cares in finding this boy. He doesn't want this to keep happening. So he really is trying to figure out how to stop it. And John Moore has infinite faith in him. This is nice because so many people around town constantly remind him of what a loser he is, or he's a fraud and all that kind of stuff. It's good to see some of his friends still backing him up. And you kind of wonder if he might be. Could he be a fraud? Could he be bullshit and everything? He thinks he knows more than he does. After all, who's to say back then that they didn't have everything figured out yet? They might not have known all the methods today. As a woman couldn't possibly kill her child, that kind of stuff. You know what I mean? There's a lot of limitations there back then that they probably would never consider. But an alienist probably would. So we'll see where that goes. Maybe that's what his thing will be. I don't know what I'm trying to say there. So, but I like how he's slowly gathering people who will help him one way or the other. He's still got friends. So, let's get into episode 2. God, I'm waiting for that. I'm waiting for this. I'm going to be taking a shit ton of notes for this one.
It's the poorest children I'm interested in. Specifically homicides.
Plenty of those?
Do you have experience of corpses in which the tongue was removed?
No. This here's a warning, Mr. Santarelli. Keep your dirty Dago nose out of police business. Yeah.
Oh, that's the father. Damn. They go hard. Oh! Oh, this wasn't in the first one. Yeah, is that what happened? Very subtle. Nice.
Along those lines.
What? What? You see something?
Eyelash.
Uh-oh.
Go on, blow. Bring your look.
That was weird. I don't have to make with him yet.
I don't think you've quite captured the line of her jaw.
Does you have to watch him the whole time? It's
There.
gotta be aggravating. Did he... Are they saying that did he improve it? Right? They didn't want her... He painted her jaw accurately, but it was too manly, so they wanted to make her look
Connor's
prettier.
been to see the Santarellis,
Right.
but I want to go talk to them.
You will not be welcome in that part of the neighborhood, you know.
Are you saying you're afraid?
That guy is checking out her ass, definitely.
Baby.
Oh my god, he's a baby on the steps.
Mrs. Santarelli.
So they were very poor. That might explain why he was a whore. Prostitution to make money for them. In fact, that's probably exactly what it is.
Giorgio is the same as the other boys who were killed. Nobody cared.
Other boys.
You're becoming a young woman. And there's not a thing your mother nor any priest can do about it.
So he knows.
Not to be defiled by lust.
Oki nem seret. Az nem ismerte meg Istent.
Oh.
This is a sanctuary for the young. I will not tolerate its trespass, neither by man nor by God. Now please, remove yourselves from the premises.
I wish I had that speech when someone comes on and I can just say some shit like that and kick them out the door.
Unsolved cases.
That redhead bastard. Oh. Of course, he's coming right now. Do it, do it. There's tons of them. Do you see it?
The Negro boy's identity was unknown. The other boy was named Aaron Morton.
I found a brief mention of him in the Herald about a month ago.
If I have a carriage to send round at 9 o'clock, can your plans be altered?
Is that a request or a command, Doctor?
As you like it, Miss Hart.
Who are these assistants he has? He has some very unorthodox people at his house. He's got the only black guy I've seen, I think, so far. He doesn't look the kind of guy who just carries servants, you know? I feel like he has friends.
2 more boys murdered. He can't go very long without killing again.
A hunting accident, or at least that was the official story. The rumors were that he died by his own hand.
How old was she?
12. At the time, she was sent to a sanitarium. She lost her mother when she was quite young.
Have you interest in her?
Good God, Laszlo, I've known her since she was a child.
No, Tessie. I'll not wear an evening dress, as I have no need to flatter myself.
Colleague's a gentleman, too. All the more reason to make an impression.
Nothing wrong with dressing up.
J.P. Morgan.
J.P. Morgan? What?
Every beautiful young lady he's seen with claims to be his niece.
Is that...
Poor
Is that...
Roosevelt.
God damn, what's his name? Oh, jeez.
Is it over?
Good evening, Commissioner.
Why tonight?
I need something from you. Examination of the tripod. Someone cut his eyes out with a knife.
Even if I wanted to, I cannot allow you access to the body.
T.R. J.P.
Damn Sam Fisher in 1800.
Damn it, Chrysler. Are you suggesting you should be allowed to conduct a parallel investigation?
Your secretary, Miss Howard, is perfectly placed.
Are you perchance waiting for Dr. Chrysler?
Yes, I am.
I'm Detective Sergeant Marcus Isaacson. Detective Sergeant Lucius Isaacson.
You never met them.
I'm Sarah Howard. I work for Commissioner Roosevelt.
My apologies for the lateness of our arrival. Charlie, you may let Monsieur Ranulph know we're ready. A toast to the beginning of a fruitful partnership.
Ah, he's putting together the team. This is the Justice League, you know? The 1800s.
Behold, the Arkansas toothpick.
The blade is strong enough to cause the wounds the boy suffered to his torso,
But finally weighted to delicately remove his eyes.
Mucking out those stables. Clean your hands before you eat. I don't know why I have to keep telling you that.
which is why we have something that may prove infinitely more useful.
They got more?
Dactyloscopy. The science of a finger, palm, or foot leaving a chance impression. This can prove reliable.
Finger marks. You mean fingerprints?
I've read about this.
Huh. So this is the first time
that
we
a person's
oh, so
finger marks
cool.
do not change their.
You may not know his name or where he lives. Though evidence does not immediately reveal him, there are hints and indications to his identity that he's unwittingly left behind. Each and every one of the choices he makes will reveal a hidden aspect of his alienated mind. And there's one more thing. We know the killer's conscious thoughts are fixed on violence. If we get too close, that violence might well spill over onto us.
Music is creeping in.
Not asking Sarah to join this mad escapade of yours, are you? It will put her in a most compromised position. Look at the beasts that surround her on a daily basis.
I believe she's up to the task. Are you coming with us?
I prefer to walk.
At this hour?
I'm not a child.
He's not as strong as he'd like you to think.
Stevie. Yes, sir? Run along and keep an eye on Mr. Moore. You bet.
Yes, emancipation is not only possible, it is inevitable.
Did you have this evening entirely planned?
Your task will be to keep informed of developments within the department, to keep Roosevelt abreast of our actions outside it. May I assume you have an interest?
It wouldn't be fair to assume anything about me, Doctor.
You look lovely this evening, Miss Howard.
Someone. The boy horse. He went to. He's gonna go visit it. Oh wow, this is true. Oh wait, that's Allison. Oh yeah, that's his place. That's right.
What do you fancy?
I want to know about Giorgio Santarelli.
Must have been very young.
What do you want to know?
I like his accent.
Who saw the boy?
My name is Sally, and I can make all your dreams come true.
Very, very awkward.
You tell me what you know about Giorgio Santarelli.
Gloria. She only talked about the one with the silver smile, though.
Silver smile? Did you leave with him that night?
Gloria never left her room.
When we broke the lock, there was no sign of her. There was no sign of anybody.
Throw up, throw up.
Gloria flew away. And someday I will too.
You know who he is? I've seen him before.
Captain Connor.
He's a friend of Roosevelt and that alienist son of a bitch.
I'm afraid it's going to force us to take actions of our own.
Never drink one stranger's place.
What do you want to do with him?
Come on in, girls.
But there's no pictures, so they can. Oh shit. Oh, and they leave it like that. I got no words for that. Jesus. Oh my god. Oh my goodness. How are they gonna get out of this one? Looks. Are they gonna blackmail him with that? Are they gonna use his Are they gonna use? But they don't have any photos. They're not gonna prove it. I don't know. Oh man, he's gonna be so screwed up after that. Hey, but he didn't have. Well, they took his wallet, so he got his money's worth. Let's just say. I don't know. They might have been just messing with him, but he won't know. He's gonna have to. I don't know. Is he still gonna be on this side afterwards? He'll be all messed up in the head. Every time he gets a blowjob, he's gonna be thinking about a boy now. Oh, I thought you said something. Gloria, you're gonna be having nightmares for a long time after that. Oh boy. Oh, but that was very good. I really like this show. This is great. So cool. All right. Oh man. So, Sarah, Mrs. Howard, went to go. She found files in Captain Connor's office, hidden files that weren't in the main office, that showed that there's definitely more going on. Apparently, a lot of kids have been showing up like that. There was an Aaron Morton and a Negro kid, as they put it, Negro. Not mine. Hidden in Captain Connor's office. She has a ring on her finger from her father's. That's another little mystery there. Something happened, kind of accident. She lost her mother a long time ago. When she was 12 years old, she lost her father. She ended up in a sanitarium for a little while. So she's got some history with. Maybe that's why she's so fascinated with Dr. Kreiser's work. She knows a thing or two about an asylum. We introduced J.P. Morgan. Man, we're introducing many characters who are big players in real life. J.P. Morgan, that's the bank, right? Mayor Strong. The brother, they interviewed the brother. He said that Georgia was different. Gloria, as it was called. The forming of the Justice League of the 1800s has been created. The Alienist League or something like that, made up of his servants and. There we go. Made up of his servants. What's her name? Sarah, Miss Howard, John Moore, the Isaacson twins, the Isaacson twins, brother twins. No. I guess that's what it, right? Yeah, maybe someone else. I forget, but that was the majority of them. Well, Roosevelt has agreed to let Miss Howard be their liaison with the police force as they try to figure this case out in parallel to the main case investigation already going on. This is a chance for all of them to come out amazing if they can solve this case. And they sent out. There's a little bit of flirtation going on with him and Sarah. Interesting. She seems to like him. He seems to like her. Clearly. I don't know how John Moore feels about that. He's very protective of her. Just cute. I like that. He's very protective of her, but he still sees her as a delicate flower, and she doesn't want to be seen that way. He sent John Moore on a mission. He got the shock of his life, and he meets up with Mr. Allison, the proprietor of that establishment, and he drank something. I'm assuming that got him into a very bit of a pickle. But while talking to the lady, the prostitute he was with, she mentioned Gloria was with a silver-smiled guy. What is it? Something silver smile? Silver smile. Could it be he has fillings in his teeth? I don't know. But that guy, she was with him, and then she never came out of his room. When they went to check up on her, she was gone. So they're 8 stories high or something, so you can't figure how what they got out of their room. Something to look into. How did he get her out of the room? Or was she ever in the room? Maybe someone else who disguises her. They were dressed up anyway. Easy to dress up someone as something else, right? You don't know. I don't know. The guy who's doing this, he's already got his next victim. He's a kind of a violent dude. Something about his mouth. Don't know what that is. Okay, I think that's about it. That covers most of it. And now he's in a huge pickle of a situation. We don't know how he's gonna get out of that. Meanwhile, that's about it for that. I think that John Moore is I'm not John Moore, sorry. Chrysler. Laszlo Chrysler. Dr. Chrysler has some weird guests at his place. Unorthodox company. He's with some unusual characters. The only black guy I've seen in the whole show. And the maid. And the other one. Oh, Stevie, the boy. I don't know what the maid lady's name is. I forgot. He mentioned her in the first episode. In the very beginning, I forgot. But he doesn't strike me as the kind of person who keeps servants around. Really. I think his greatest trait that makes him likable to all these people is that he doesn't treat people like based on genders. He doesn't treat them even it's not even so much about rank either. He seems to treat everyone the same because he treats humans as human beings. He treats them as human beings. I think that's what it is. And that's cool. So regardless of whether she's at the police station or if she is at home in a leisurely environment, he still treats her. He still talks to her the same way. He doesn't change his tone of voice or whatever. He treats the girls and the guys the exact same. And I think she gravitates to her. She appreciates that from him. That he doesn't diversify, distinguish. What's the word? He doesn't distinguish between different people. I think that because of that, I think that those people who are helping him, I don't think they do it for money. I think they owe him. Not that he asked them to owe them, but I think he saved these people from certain kinds of things. Stevie might be a kid who was in a bad situation he got out of. He saved his life. The other one, the black guy, could be somebody who he saved from a dire situation, or maybe somebody who saved him. I don't know, but I assume these people here, when we find out who they are, we will find out who they are. When we do, I'm pretty sure that they are people who represent the best of him. They know the true God. They know the true Dr. Chrysler that nobody else gets to see. I wonder why that lady dropped that stuff. I mean, the only thing I can think of is she was jealous of the girl. Like, she knew that he was flirting with Miss Howard. But I don't know what else. Did she talk? I don't know if I heard her talk. She might be mute. Because, she didn't talk in the first episode either. She's probably mute. I think each of them has something odd about them that's off. And he helped them out, and they became people who wanted to help him out. I think so. I think he attracts people like that. We're going to find out more about the company he keeps, people he associates with. They seem to live at his house as well. So they might be people of, that's what it is. That's gotta be what it is. I think each of those characters are people who are pariahs in the world. The black guy, right? Probably very unpopular at this time period. And the lady is probably a mute. So, there's no use for her. They look at her as someone who... Maybe these are all people who are patients of his or something. Stevie, maybe he's a thief, pickpocket. I don't know. He's a kid, but I don't know what else he could be. A war of the state, whatever. Kind of like Dragon Tattoo Lady. But yeah, I like that aspect about him, and I want to know more about those guys in his group. Great episode. We know a ton more about what's going on with these people. A lot of shitty characters around. Captain Connor is not just a pissant bastard. He's also a slimy crook who is aiding the bad guy. Of course, we really kind of knew that, but we didn't realize he was holding files. Which says to me that Alice and them know something about this, because after all, it's their establishment. And they're hiding... Oh, that's what it is. I bet you all of those case files in that drawer are from his establishment, and he's hiding them because they are bodies from his establishment. He doesn't want anyone knowing that his whores are getting out. He wants to keep the business in the circle. He don't want anyone knowing about this thing, so he's been hushing it up. It can't be hushed up anymore, Mr. Allison. You're about to lose some business. I'm sorry to say. Okay. That's all I got for now. It's freaking hot. I don't know. To episode 3. Bam. Next time.